friends. I hope that you are having a great week so far. Today is such a beautiful and special day because we finally were able to get tickets to go strawberry picking, and we're actually about to head home right now. So I have some footage I'm going to share with you because it was so fun. I have not ever gone strawberry picking, and if it's something that you've always been interested in but haven't done it, go do it. It is so neat, and it's amazing to learn about just the way that people grow produce, and also the taste is incomparable. It is amazing. It tastes a million times better when it's just homegrown. So I'm going to share that in a moment, but we're actually going to try to bake something strawberry-like because we have a lot of strawberries right now. I'm leaning towards strawberry shortcake, but we'll see what we all decide on together. But with that said, here is the footage from this really beautiful time. Oh, and I should mention, we went to Tanaka Farms, which is in, I think it's Irvine technically, but it's Orange County area. So if you are familiar with this area of California, I highly recommend. We've gone to the pumpkin patch in the past, and they do a wonderful job with that. And the strawberry picking is no different. They are so hands-on and informative with the whole process, and we all had such a lovely time. So if you are interested and you're in the Orange County area, I cannot recommend them enough. So now with that said, here is our footage, or my footage, from our strawberry picking for the very first time. Groceries from Target. I did settle on strawberry shortcake. The recipe I found looks very delicious, so if all goes well, the recipe will be linked below. One interesting fact about strawberry picking that I thought was really interesting was they said that they plant theirs in, what was it, coconut husk instead of like the traditional soil. So I'm gonna look into that because I'm actually taking an online gardening class right now because I've been wanting to learn more about it, and that's one of my I guess dreams and goals that I have for myself would be to have a garden one day, that I'd be able to grow fruits and vegetables. So I thought that was really fascinating that that's what they use, and they said it's in their opinion, a way better method for growing strawberries. So just a side note, if you're interested in growing your own fruit or vegetables, that was something that they said worked very well for the strawberries, and I can't say I have any disagreement with that as of now, because they had an abundance of just incredible strawberries that yeah, I felt like were top of the line. So I thought that was really fun to learn. And oh, I was also gonna say, I'm gonna link the clothes that the kids had and then the dress that I wore, because they all have this really sweet strawberry print on them, and I thought it's just a fun print, not just for the spring and summer months, but if you do happen to go strawberry picking, what is better than having a little print that goes along with what you're doing? So I just wanted to let you know, I will link that below as well. And if you're ever wondering where something is from, if I can link it, I do, in the description box, so just a heads up for you. But I'm going to head inside now, and I am going to make some strawberry shortcake, and I cannot wait. I am the biggest dessert fan ever. I could easily have it every night if self-control didn't kick in and just wisdom and healthy eating. So but today is not the day for that, because I am going all out. So I'm gonna head inside and start putting this recipe together, and I am praying it turns out well, because it looks amazing. So the recipe, thank you kittens, the recipe turned out so good. I would definitely use that one again, so I'm going to link it below for you. I apologize in advance about the barking, because the gardeners are here and the dogs are barking because of that, so that's happening. But hopefully it's not too obnoxious in the background for you. I apologize though if it is, because I can't really do anything about it at this moment. Oh my. But what I was gonna say is that is linked below. The only thing is I have to get new bakeware, because I've been having so many issues with my cakes falling apart when I try to flip them over and take them out before I frost them. And really, I've needed to invest in some good pieces for quite some time. I just haven't bothered, but this is definitely going to be the year. So I've heard of Caraway being exceptional as far as just clean bakeware that is really reliable and long lasting. So that is the brand that I'm thinking I'm going to go with. So if you've ever used them, please let me know what you think, because everything online sounds very promising and really good. So that's most likely what I'm going to do. But they have pots and pans, bakeware now, and I think they even have like storage containers and maybe even a few other things. So my plan is that I'll collect those items over time, but I am in need because my cake fell apart. It was very sad, because you know, you take all this time to put something together, and then when it doesn't look good, it's kind of a sad thing. So everyone was very gracious and nice about it, because of course it was very tasty, but the appearance, not what I would want to do. It's funny because I feel like baking is like second nature to me, because I've done it my whole life, and every time I try to vlog something I'm making, it does not go right. So I don't know if I'm just crumbling under the pressure of trying to film and bake. I don't know. It's a little bit frustrating though, because that's something that I do want to share more on this space, but it's just not been going well. And I think I'm also a little intimidated by using the camera still. It's just not, it does not come naturally to me. I'm not someone who likes to like necessarily be the center of attention, or I don't even really like filming myself. I try my best to kind of just film what I'm doing without my face being in it. So I don't know if just like that combination, I just get nervous. Like I cannot get out of camera and like my family's around. I think it's so awkward. So I think that's part of the issue too. Maybe I'm just like, I don't know, too in my head, but I'm going to get there. Eventually I'm going to share like all of my favorite recipes, and when we do have our own space again, I'm going to do a much more thorough, like actually communicating and talking about how I come up with, whether it's a recipe that I've created or one that I've adapted to make my own. I'm going to be much more involved in sharing my recipes down the line, but for now I've got to just work with where I'm at in life, and this is it. So thank you for bearing with me through all of that. The last thing I wanted to say though before I end this vlog is I have a little writing. I really think I will share something every vlog, as long as I have something I feel like I want to share, I should say. So this one is something that I wrote for my husband, but it was inspired by the loss of my grandpa, because he was the first close family member that I had ever lost. And I think when things like that happen, especially when they're sudden, you're kind of immediately overwhelmed with, oh, here's what I would have said to you if I had the chance now, and here are the things I wish I would have thanked you for in those moments. Here's the gratitude I would have expressed if I would have known that this would have been our last conversation, the last hug I gave you, and so on and so forth. So this is something that I wrote specifically for my husband, but you really could apply it to any loved one. And it says, "Darling, while there's still breath in my lungs, would you listen to me count the ways you've made our forever blissfully sweet? For love should be spoken when one's hands are still warm to the touch. Your ears should ring with the sound of my undying love." So that was something that I wrote because, like I shared, I lost my grandpa almost 2 years ago. And there were so many things I wish I would have said to him. And when I was thinking about losing him and not having him to talk to anymore, the first thing that I thought was, there's a saying, give them the rose while they're still here. And it really just means to express your love and your care and your admiration for the people who mean the most to you when they're actually physically here on earth and able to hear what you have to say. And so that's been something that has stuck with me, is I pray that whenever I see something worth acknowledging, or I have an opportunity to encourage or love the people around me, I am praying that I would be the type of person to do that. So that was the whole purpose of that little writing. But just in general, I just want to encourage all of you to, you know, just use your words to uplift the people around you. If you have a loved one or someone in your life who has blessed you, let them know, because time is so short and we're not promised tomorrow. And anyone's life can change in an instant, and that can go both positively and negatively. So give them that rose while they're still here, and let them hear how thankful you are, because the people that God puts in our lives to walk through life with us are an immense blessing and never something that we should take for granted. So that was it for today's vlog, but I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you all soon. Oops, sorry about that. Bye. Kins, do you want to say bye? Bye. Say bye.